Hi all, welcome back to our channel, My Bio Notes. So in this video, we'll be discussing about the topic polygenic inheritance. So before going into the video, please subscribe our channel and also click the bell button for more updates from our channel. So come, let's see about this topic of polygenic inheritance. So what is polygenic inheritance? So it is an inheritance type actually. So how the characters are or the traits are going to be inherited from the parent to an offspring. So this is one type of inheritance. So in this case, if you see in case of polygenic inheritance, a single inherited phenotypic trait is controlled by two or more different genes. So here this is important. So here two or more different genes are involved. So it's a different from pleiotropy. So that's a different concept. Here in polygenic genic inheritance, we have a single trait controlled by two or more different genes. So that you call it as a polygenic inheritance. So some of the features of a polygenic inheritance are that here you can't see a complete dominance. So if you take a trait or a character, so that character is not going to either completely dominate or it doesn't give its 100% while expressing. So what Mendel said, right? So if you take a flower color, you can find either purple or white color only. But in case of polygenic inheritance, it's not like that. It's not the complete dominance you can see. So here traits or the characters not simply affect, it's not simply the effect of dominance or recessivity. What Mendel talked, right? He said if a gene is going to be dominant, you find the character of the gene. If it is going to be recessive, the character will be recessive in that condition. But here it's not like that. Polygenic inheritance, you will find an incomplete dominance. Here the phenotype, no, it will be a mixture of everything. So here we can't talk about the dominance or recessivity. Here all the genes will be expressed, but not in 100%. Not 100% they are expressed. And each gene has equal influence. So that each gene is going to play their own part in this expressing of a character. So not only a single gene is going to be dominant or a single gene is going to be recessive here. All has equal importance in this case of polygenic inheritance. And each allele has an additive effect. So all the genes, here we saw no, two or more different genes are involved in this case of polygenic inheritance. So each allele has an additive effect. So all the effects of the alleles will be seen in the phenotype of the individual. And traits are not distinct as in Mendel's experiment, and they are spread across a gradient. So gradient, so here it is the increase or decrease you will see in a particular property. Here in this case of genetics, it's the trait or a character, how it's going to increase or decrease. In between also you will see some characters. So here here they mention the word as gradient. So they are spread across as gradient in case of polygenic inheritance. So let's see an example here. You will get a complete understanding of it. So here an example of polygenic inheritance is the humans with range of possible heights. So as in case of Mendel, if you follow the Mendel's experiment, if if you apply the Mendel's experiment in same in humans, his laws, a human is going to be either tall or short. So these are the two traits or characters you will find in case of the individuals. But that's not the case here. here it will be found as gradients. So in this tall and short range, you will find people with varied range of heights. So that is known as the polygenic inheritance. That's a good example of polygenic inheritance. So you can't find only tall people and only short people. You will have, you can see also people with intermediate height, and their height will be differed across a gradient. So if you measure the height of a person, each person will be having a different height. So another example is the human skin color. So in case of human skin color is that there will be influence of the environment also. So if a person is living in a hot climate, he'll be having white. Actually, he might have been a white skin tone person, but because of the influence of the environment, because of the heat climate, his skin gets a little dark. So here the influence of the environment must also be taken into consideration, and as I already mentioned, here 2 or more genes are getting involved in this type of inheritance. And here the cons, I said no, each allele. So each allele has an additive effect. You have to add the effect of each allele. So that results in the phenotype. What phenotype is going to be expressed is determined by the additive nature of the alleles. And taking the human skin color, if you take the human skin color, let's take A, B, C as the dominant forms of the human skin color gene. It results in dark skin color, and A, B, C, these are the genes for recessive forms of skin color. That is a light skin color. So let's see what happens. So if the genotype is going to be of the offspring, let's take, if the genotype is going to be the dominant only, the dominant genes only is going to be present in an individual. Dominant alleles is only going to be present in an individual. What will be the phenotype of the individual? It will result in a darkest skin color. Not only dark, darkest, because all the alleles are dominant here. Let's say if the alleles are being recessive, see all are small letters. So what will be the effect on the phenotype? It will be the lightest. So the lightest, not light, it is going to be the lightest skin color in the individual. So let's say 3 are dominant. So A, B, these are dominant. The rest all is recessive. So what's going to happen here? What will be the phenotype of the individual? It will be an intermediate skin color. So in the same way, each allele contributes to the phenotype of the individual. So if it's going to be capital A, and let's take capital A, then small b, small b, small c, it has a different effect. So when you replace this capital A with small a, here also the skin color will not be the darkest, but near to the darkest. So near to the light color, because the recessive genes are more in number. So depending on the amount of the genes which is going to contribute to the phenotype, the result you can see in the individual skin color. So the number of each type of allele. So how many it's going to be? How many recessive you are going to find, or how many dominant alleles you are going to find in the genotype gives us the darkness or the lightness of the skin color of an individual. So this is about polygenic inheritance. So thank you all for watching my video. If you like the video, do subscribe the channel and also click the bell button for more updates from our channel. Happy learning to you all. Thank you.